Ladies and gentlemen, great morning to you, right? Good day. It is BC here, Bryan Casella. I wanted to do another video for you because, as you know on this channel, this is what I'm discussing and where I can kind of air out some of these thoughts and things that are going through my mind as we go through the situation. I've done my best and I continue to do my best to be a righteous person and just put out, the things that I discover and avoid, confrontations with people online and that kind of stuff because I feel like it doesn't get anywhere. And our job is to enlighten people on the truth, right? I'll say it a million times. I'm not right wing, left wing, this and that. I'm just somebody who goes for the truth, period. All right. With that said, I've been seeing a lot of stuff lately online, in particular as well in my community. If you don't know, I'm a real estate agent. I run a team here in Southern California. I've expanded my team nationwide at this point. However, I do deal with a lot of professionals in the real estate industry, and I am very almost disappointed with the level of ignorance, willing ignorance on their behalf, and lack of education on what's going on. I've taken it upon myself, and I urge other people to look at things and research on their own, not in regards to what some people deem conspiracy. I just mean the government, how it's run, what they can do, what they can't do, what policies have been passed, right? What the president is actually doing, and not just buying and paying attention to what the media says, okay? Now with that said, I'm somebody who has followed Donald Trump as an example over the last couple years since he was elected, and from what I see, is he perfect? No, but he's actually done a lot of good that isn't covered in the media, or the media will take something that is good and somehow twist it to make it negative. So in particular, let's look at kind of the current climate here in the United States, and also the whole coronavirus thing. Now, to start with the coronavirus, I see people blaming the coronavirus on Trump. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a hybrid virus that was man-made. Give me a fucking break, right? It's patented like many other viruses that we've seen in the past, like SARS and HIV, right? So if you didn't know that, you can look it up, okay? That's all public information. I specifically remember certain things, like in January, he wanted to ban travel from China because he caught wind of this, okay? And what was he called? A xenophobe, a racist. Then a month or two later, I think within 4 to 6 weeks, he's blamed of the outbreak, and they get on him for not shutting down travel. So from what I see objectively looking, it's like, dude, he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, okay? It seems like anything he tries to do, he's attacked from every fucking angle, okay? Let's look at all the rioting and all this other stuff. Look, the cities that have been the most heavily impacted, 19 out of the top 20, guess what? They're Democrat cities, Democrat states. One of them being independent. I think he said 20, right? They're all Democratic states, and the media was like, oh no, he was wrong. Well, it's 19 out of 20. Sorry, CNN, fuck, right? So, when I look at actually what's going on, and then for them to, all this rioting stuff and this and that, for them to blame the president, it's like, dude, why is he the scapegoat for people's ignorance? Why don't they look up the facts? Up until the coronavirus, we had the best economy. What Donald Trump did in his first 18 months, economically speaking, was more than Obama ever did in 8 years. That's facts. You can look it up. Lowest unemployment rates, right? We look at minorities too, because a lot of people try to get on us and say, well, you're a minority. How can you fucking support Trump? He's racist. No, he's not. Look what he's done. I said it before. Can you find things to not like about the guy? Sure. But you got to look at what he was doing. The proof is in the pudding. So can he do things better? Of course, everybody can. But when I look at like the facts and what's going on, again, the facts that you can find versus what's being pushed and how people use him as a scapegoat, I think that's irresponsible, and I think it's bullshit, right? We have innocent ignorance, which would mean a child doesn't know something, right? Then you teach them, they're uninformed. That's cool. But when you're willingly ignorant, and you refuse to look at facts and do your due diligence, then that's on you. And I believe that's a crime to humanity, because now if you're an adult, right, like many people in my industry, like I said, who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, who now are a voice, who can vote for people in power and have some sort of responsibility, the fact that they're refusing to educate themselves and know the truth really pisses me off, because that makes this current climate extremely dangerous, okay? The way the media frames everything, right? They have frame control. If you don't know about frame control, look up neuro-linguistic programming and study it a little bit, right? These people are masters at this shit. They're master manipulators, and they've been doing it for a long time. So I just urge people, take a look at what's really going on. And we have to stop parroting what the mainstream media says. Look it up, Okay, look it up. I mean, the president has done a lot, right? Securing 10 years of funding for the HBCUs, right? The First Step Act, all that stuff. And even within, right, his own Department of Justice doesn't carry out, all the stuff that he's passing and pushing through. So he has conflict within the government. I mean, you just heard the thing with Nancy Pelosi, right? Threatening him. God damn. We have somebody within the government threatening the fucking president. Aren't they all supposed to work together? Like, how have people not woken up to this? I've never seen shit like that. I've seen them complain and bicker back and forth, but they have been bitching and complaining for the last 4 fucking years, 24/7. Watching all of these videos with the reporters like CNN and all of them with that Kaylee girl, the questions they asked, the level of stupidity and flat out disrespect. One of them just called her a lying bitch on fucking national TV. How are they getting away with this? And people are allowing the shit show to continue. What is it about Trump that they hate so much about him? It's because they can't push the fucking narrative. It has to be, right? They claim that he's a communist and a fascist and all this other shit, but the actions, when we look at the actions of the other side trying to push him out, they're the ones demonstrating the very things that they say that Trump is. But we have to look at this objectively and step out of our emotions and see just the ridiculousness of all of this, right? And I urge everybody, take a look at some of the stuff because, I believe the next, election, of course, but, moving forward, the next 5-10 years, we have to do something. And it may be out of their hands, and we as people are going to have to unite here in the United States and do something about this shit, right? Because many of us, of course, don't have trust in the government and all these other things, but we're going to have to do something here pretty soon. Otherwise, this whole thing is going to go to shit. So the ones who are patriotic, the ones who don't give a fuck about all the bullshit that they try to push in the media about color and this and that, we need to unite and we need to do something because very soon we may have to take things into our own hands and actually collectively together do something about it. All right, we'll see you.